We are facing a new epidemic of mucor, the black fungus. Why does it happen? Some people say it is due to the oxygen, some people say it is due to the mask or the zinc and all kinds of stuff. The steroids are being implicated quite a bit. But remember, we give steroids in a large number of patients with blood cancer, with low platelets, with asthma, but none of those patients develop mucor. So what is happening over here? In this video, we will learn how this happens and what can we do to prevent mucor from gaining entry into our bodies.
Let us explore the mystery of Mucor by first understanding this example. Suppose you have a multi-storied building with many flats, and if those apartments are lying vacant, you would be concerned that criminal elements lurking in the neighborhood would gain entry into those flats and take over your apartments. So, what do? The first thing you would naturally want to do is to let out the apartments to people who are friendly to you. So what you do is you let out all your apartments and keep renters who are friendly people. So not only will they look after your flats, but they will also ensure that no criminal element gains access into those apartments. Well, think that this is not a building, but this is our body. And in our body, we also have a similar system where there are many microorganisms, many bacteria and other organisms which live in our body. They are friendly bacteria and they do amazing things for us. They digest our food, they guide our immune system as to how to work and which invader to attack and which to not attack, and so on and so forth. They live all over our body, in our respiratory tract, in our skin, and the largest collection is found in the intestines. And this is a happy group of renters who live in us and take care of our bodies. These are known as the microbiome. And this microbiome has a very close association with the immune system. Without this microbiome guiding the immune system would not be able to function very properly. The other thing which this microbiome does is that this forms a layer on your surface of the epithelium inside your body. Say for example, you have your nose and throat. So what happens is, if you see on the left side, these purple dots are the friendly bacteria which live on your surface of the mucosa there. So what happens is they form a barrier. And if any invader comes in, like these red ones are the invaders, they are not allowed to go through this barrier and reach our insides. And not only that, they also compete for nutrition with the invaders, because the friendly bacteria would be taking up the nutrition available there. The invaders will not be able to get enough nutrition to survive. And therefore, when these friendly bacteria are there in large numbers, we are protected by invading microorganisms like mucor. And if you see on the right side, where there is a depleted microbiome, where these friendly bacteria are gone for any reason, then there is a free passage to the invading microorganisms who can gain access to your mucosa and start to grow there. They can also take up all the nutrition. So we see how this first line of defense is being formed by the friendly organisms which live inside us. After that, there is a second layer of defense, which is the immune system. And the immune system is there inside the mucosa, and there are different kinds of cells, like the natural killer cells, the neutrophils, phagocytes, and other warriors which protect us from any invading microorganisms. And beyond that, there is a third level of defense, which is the T lymphocytes. These are smart cells which remember which are the bad guys, and they also they are enormous power, and they can actually kill all organisms which reach to them. So therefore, we now have multiple layers of security for our flats. The first layer is obviously the tenants which are living inside the apartments who are friendly to us. The second layer is the circle of security which is formed by the immune system. And this first and second layer talk to each other very frequently and work together to protect us. Then there is the third layer of security, which is the T lymphocytes, which is like the police, which is taking rounds every night and seeing that nothing untoward is going on. So when we have all these three layers working well, these bad guys, the black guys, which are not very powerful, they can't gain entry to these houses. And we are very well protected. Now let us see what happens in COVID. When we are affected with COVID, what we frequently do, which I have seen many people do, is go to your friendly neighborhood chemist and buy antibiotics like azithromycin, doxycycline, cephaloxamine, and sometimes they even take injections of meropenem. These antibiotics cannot touch the virus. It is very well known that they are totally ineffective against viruses. But what they do is they destroy your friendly bacteria which live inside you. And therefore, once they are destroyed or they are driven away by the antibiotics, your apartments become empty. And the first line of defense is gone. Then you don't stop there. Sometimes you go and you also take steroids. And therefore, you may take dexamethasone, methylprednisolone, solumedrol, all kinds of steroids. The rule of thumb is that steroids should not be given early in any viral infection and not in COVID. Because if you take steroids in the early part of COVID infection, you will be allowing the virus to multiply 4 times faster. Yes, steroids are used in COVID, but they are used in the later half of the disease only in those patients in whom the oxygen saturation has fallen below 94. Otherwise, steroids are going to harm you. And if you have a small amount of lung involvement and you take steroids in the early part of the disease, you may land up with a bigger lung involvement. So what does steroid do? Steroids depress your immune system. And once they depress your immune system, the second line of defense which we had was the immune system is also weakened or disappears. And then when the COVID virus enters the system, it also depletes or reduces the T lymphocytes, and therefore the police force is also weakened, which was your third line of defense. So now when your first line is taken out by the antibiotics, the second line is taken out by the steroids, and the third line is taken out by the virus itself, your building or your body is left at the mercy of invading antisocial elements like Mucor. Mucor sees this as an opportunity, and that's why Mucor, as I said, is an opportunistic infection. And it comes running in and establishes a presence inside your body. And remember, friends, once Mucor establishes a presence inside the body, it is extremely difficult to eradicate it. It is extremely difficult to treat it. And this is the Mucor infection, the black fungus, which is growing on the epithelium. So what should we do so that this does not happen? First thing we need to do is say no to antibiotics. Do not take antibiotics for any minor fever or infection. And definitely do not take antibiotics for any viral fever and not in COVID as well. The second thing you should do is do not take steroids. Steroids should not be taken in uncomplicated COVID infection, and even in those patients in whom steroids is given later on because of some complications, the dose of steroids needs to be very well measured, and the duration of steroids also needs to be taken care of very closely. If you have already taken antibiotics, then better to go to your doctor and ask for a prescription for probiotics. These are the friendly bacteria which you can reinstall inside your body and establish your first line of defense once again. And then finally, if you have high blood sugar, either because of the steroids or because of diabetes, this should also be taken care of very accurately because a high blood sugar leads to depressed immunity, and this is a big risk factor for mucor to gain access and grow inside your body. So friends, that is how the natural defenses of our body are constructed. The first line is the microbiome, the second line is the immune system, and the third line is the T lymphocytes. If all those systems work well, then there is no way that we will be attacked by mucor or any other invading opportunistic infection.